So what is the G-spot? The name G-spot is actually kind of a misnomer. It's less of an actual spot and more of an area. It was named after this 1950s doctor, Dr. Grafenberg, and that's why they called it the G-spot, but actually it's a collection of tissues and more like a sensitive area of nerve endings. This G-spot or area is located at the top wall of a biological female's vagina. So if the vagina is a clock like this, it's between 11 and 1 o'clock. It can sort of be found in this like come hither motion if you stick your fingers inside of someone's vagina. So this area swells or becomes more prominent or easier to feel when a biological female becomes excited or aroused. Some people argue that this G-spot or G area is not a separate spot at all, but it's actually just kind of rubbing up against part of where the clitoris is. But I think this just kind of supports the idea that there's a lot of nerve endings there from a variety of things that make this area sensitive. So if we're going to be talking about the G-spot or G area, we're also going to need to talk about female ejaculation.
Oh, yeah.
So Dr. Beverly Whipple researched this G-spot or G area, and she found that people who have a really strong pelvic floor, which is kind of like your inner vagina muscles, actually expelled some fluid sometimes during sexual activity or orgasm. In her research, Dr. Whipple found that female ejaculate looks kind of like watered down fat-free milk, which sounds pretty disgusting, but it's actually an amazing thing when it is coming out of a person, and it is said to taste sweet, or so I've been told. A lot of people ask this. It is not pee. It is said to be urine, and it actually comes out of the urethra, which is where pee comes out of, but it is not urine. And usually when it comes out, it's between like 3 and 5 cc's amount of fluid, whatever cc's are. This makes me really sad, but in the past, women actually used to get surgeries and things, or often would stop having sex or stop having orgasms because they had this female ejaculation, because they thought that meant they were incontinent or they were peeing themselves and they felt really embarrassed. So they would sort of either avoid that or get a surgery to stop that from happening. So not all women can ejaculate. What I mean by that is that some women, it happens to them all the time, for some it happens sometimes, and for some it happens never. Some researchers, though, have found that because women often orgasm when they're laying down or receiving sexual stimulation in some sort of horizontal position, that if they are releasing some female ejaculate, like a little amount, it actually goes back into the urethra bladder, and so even if it's happening, you might not be able to see that it's there or even notice it at all. In one study by Rubio, Casillas, and Giannini, which I will put below, they actually found that the urethra can expel 3 different kinds of fluids, at least 3 that we know of so far. So one is urine, another is the female ejaculate that we've been talking about, and another is a substance that people call squirting or gushing. So I was actually confused about this from the beginning because I thought that female ejaculation was squirting or gushing, but technically the fluids are different and made up of different things. If you've watched any porn where they feature squirting or gushing, often a lot comes out. I wouldn't say that's the normal case for everybody, and remember that porn is not reality. So some porn stars will often put like water things up there, or they will actually pee to make it seem like this fountain of beautiful, like squirting, gushing goodness. There are some researchers, doctors, porn stars out there who think that anyone has the ability to squirt, female ejaculate, and that can happen. But if it's not happening for you, that doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with you. And for those of you out there who are ejaculating a lot or who squirt a lot, sometimes you have to get something for your bed. So people do make like plastic type bed sheets and things like that so you have an easier cleanup. But remember that every body is different. Everyone is different. And so if this isn't happening for you, it's not the end of the world. There are so many other fun and amazing things that your body can do. And next week, I will be talking about male orgasm and ejaculation, so stay tuned.